We hear the word lonely, and many images come to our mind. Alone means loneliness. Alone means boredom. Alone means no relationship with others. And alone means a life without joy. But all these are our illusions, our wrong thinking. So what does lonely mean? What does loneliness have to do with any extreme success in life? Watch today's video till the end. You will get all the answers. Ragunath, a businessman from Barandinagar, was 27 years old, and he was leading a family life. Although Ragunath had been running his business for a long time, he had not made any progress. As days went by, not only his business, but also his family life was getting complicated with problems. He had no peace in his troubled and noisy life. The biggest worry was that Ragunath could not repay the huge amount of money borrowed from the market at high interest rates. A well-wisher friend showed the light of hope in his hopeless life. The friend said, "Ragunath, I know you are an honest and hardworking man. You cannot have so many problems in your life. I think there is something wrong with your way of life. An elderly monk, Bandapal, lives in the Buddhist ashram in Barandi Valley. You should meet him once. He is a wise and knowledgeable man. Hopefully your problems will be solved." Ragunath went to meet Vandapal the next day, as his friend said. He had never been to a Buddhist monastery before. Ragunath waited for a while in the quiet ashram, as if he could hear the sound of his own breathing, the chirping of birds, and the cool breeze. In the distance, a young monk was picking up apples lying under a tree and putting them in a basket. Ragunath went to him and said, "I want to meet Bandapal." The monk, with a calm smile on his face, just pointed in a direction. Ragunath saw an elderly monk sitting in Padmasana on the bank of a secluded lake, quite far away, calmly gazing into the deep blue water of the lake. From a distance, he looked like a stone statue. As Ragunath approached and bowed, the old monk Bandapal asked Ragunath to sit behind him. Ragunath said, "O great monk, I am Ragunath. I have come to you with a great problem of my life." The old monk smiled softly and said, "Every human being has problems in their lives. Without problems, people are not complete." Ragunath said, "But my problem is completely different. Family life or business life, everything is messed up. The burden of debt on high interest, business is running towards deterioration every day. I have thousands of worries and problems. There is no peace in my noisy life. Master, I want some peace." After a long silence, the old monk said very calmly, "There is only one solution for all your problems. Learn to be alone. Live a life of complete solitude. In the next 2 months, life will change. You will be in eternal peace." Ragunath bowed and left. From that day, Ragunath started living alone, as the old monk said. He did not talk to his wife or parents or anyone at home. He used to stay alone in a separate room. With his behavior, the people of his house got into more trouble. Even in business, he avoided the customers and did not talk to them. As a result, the customers turned away within a few days. Ragunath also stopped meeting friends. As he started living alone like this, the problem grew more dire. Everyone in his family was panicked. The business almost stood still. Even the little help from friends stopped, and the burden of debt was increasing. Ragunath was plagued with more problems. After a few months, he again went to meet the old monk Bandapal and said, "Master, you said to learn to be alone, to live a life of total solitude. By doing so, my business was ruined. My family is now more in turmoil. After all, my life has been filled with more problems. What shall I do now?" The old monk looked into Ragunath's eyes for a long time and said, "Come with me." Ragunath asked, "Where?" Without answering, the monk took Ragunath's hand and started walking along the narrow mountain path. Ragunath asked many questions on the way, but the monk did not answer. After walking about an hour and a half, both of them came to a village fair in the mountain valley. The old Vandapal asked, "Ragunath, how many people are here?" Ragunath replied, "At least a couple of thousand people." The old monk said, "Ragunath, you are surrounded by thousands of people, but who among them is with you?" Ragunath said, "Master, there are thousands of people here, but I am alone." Gurudev smiled gently and said, "Now close your eyes and listen deeply. See what you hear." Ragunath closed his eyes and continued to listen to the mixed sound of the various noises of the fair, then opened his eyes and said, "Master, I do not hear any sound separately. I hear a great commotion together." Gurudev said, "Now listen more carefully. Try to hear your own heartbeat." This time, Ragunath in the middle of the fair calmly closed his eyes. The sound of the commotion slowly faded to him. After a while, he started to feel his own heartbeat. After some time, Ragunath opened his eyes and said, "Yes, Master, I can hear my heart beating." The old Venthapal said, "Dear Ragunath, being alone does not mean being away from all people or avoiding them. Being alone means feeling alone even with everyone. Just like in this fair, you will be with everyone, in the family, in the market, in your business, in this world. And you will walk with everyone, but your inner self will be alone. By living this life of solitude, you will become one with your inner self and realize the reservoir of life force within yourself. Ragunath, we are all alone in this world, blinded by illusions and expectations. You think about how many people are with me. But in reality, I am alone. The more you develop this loneliness, the more you will know yourself. And then your focus will be strong. And the one who has this strong focus becomes successful in any action of his life. Because then all his actions become not just actions, but yoga. In all spheres of life, family, workspace, and social dominance, he achieves absolute success. Go learn to be truly alone from today." Realizing his mistake, Ragunath bowed to Gurudev and returned home. Following the teachings of the old Vanthapal, within a few days, Ragunath began to improve in his business, relationships, and family life. Within a year, he solved all the problems of life and started living a peaceful life. Dear friends, hopefully it is now clear to you what is the real rule of being alone. Why do we have to live alone? To reach the ultimate path of success in life. Try to be alone with everyone. From now on, become a karma yogi. Good luck to all.